Hello engineers, you have seen that in an industry, if there is a lube oil, you have to pump the lube oil from one location to another location. Then almost every time there will be a gear pump. Means the application of the gear pump will be there definitely and the most of the time, right? So in this video, we are going to discuss about the gear pump. Okay, so what we are going to discuss in this video, let's see that. First of all, we are going to discuss about the general information about the gear pump. What is gear pump? Which category gear pumps fall, right? And other information. And we are also going to discuss about this some other general information about the gear pump, right? After that, we are going to discuss about the how gear pump works. This is very important because you must know that how the gear pump works, right? How this is different from the centrifugal pump and the reciprocating pump. You must know that, okay? And after that, we are going to discuss about the types of the gear pump, okay? In which we will discuss about the external gear pump and the internal gear pump. Are you getting my point, right? And after that, we will discuss about the advantages and disadvantages as well as application of the gear pump, right? So this video is very useful for students as well as those who are working in an industry, whether you are in any field, whether you are from mechanical, maintenance, electrical, instrumentation, chemical engineering, process engineering. This video is must for you, right? Because here you will get the general or the most important information about the gear pump. Are you getting my point? So let's start the video with general information about the gear pump, right? So gear pump is a type of the positive displacement pump, okay? And in our last video, when we discussed about the reciprocating pump, then I told you that pumps can be classified into the two categories. The first one is rotodynamic pump, where centrifugal pump come into the picture, right? And in the positive displacement pump, your reciprocating pump means positive displacement pump can be also classified into the two categories. The first one is your reciprocating pump and the second one is your rotary type pump, right? So the gear pump comes under the rotary type, means positive displacement pump and rotary type. Are you getting my point? And in our previous video, I told you that what is the meaning of the positive displacement, right? What is the meaning of that, right? Okay, so you will see that in an industry, gear pump are one of the common types of the pump for the lube oil application, right? Let's suppose there is the lube oil application in the pump. Okay, sometimes you will see that in a gearbox of the pump there is the lube oil we use, okay? And if there is the high pressure pumps, there is we use the lube oil, right? And if you will have seen that the compressor, okay, centrifugal compressor, if you have seen centrifugal compressor, if you have seen or if you work there, so there will be separate lube oil system for the turbine, okay, for the turbine and for the other applications. So there is the separate lube oil circuit, and there as well we use the gear pump, okay? So where we use their gear pump, that we will discuss in our video, okay? But most of the time you will see the lube oil pump there. There we also use your centrifugal pump as well, but there most of the time we use the gear pump as well, right? And in the hydraulic power application as well, you will see the gear pump. Most of the time in the feature, you can say the silent feature of the gear pump is that it can lift or pump the high viscous fluid. Okay, let's suppose you have the two fluid. The first one is your water and the second one is, let's suppose, your lube oil. Okay, so if I ask you which has a higher viscosity, then simply you will say that sir, lube oil has a higher viscosity, okay, as compared to water. So if you will pump the lube oil through centrifugal pump, then it would be little bit tough, okay, and the operational cost will be increased. But if you will pump the lube oil from the gear pump, then it would be very easy to operate. Are you getting my point? What I want to say, that is the main advantage or silent feature of the lube oil pump, as well as it is also used where the constant flow required, where constant flow required. Oh, and high pressure also, because this is the positive displacement pump, right? Now, which most of the student and the engineers do not know, and most of the time if you are going for the good interview, okay, like some reputed company, if you are going there, then they definitely ask you, they may ask you that who invented the gear pump. So gear pump was invented by the Johannes Kepler. Okay, please remember this name for your future reference or future knowledge, because this is not necessary to remember, but if you remember this name, it would be good for you. Okay, now how the gear pump works. In our last video we also discussed about the reciprocating pump, right? How the reciprocating pump works, what is the reciprocating pump, types of the reciprocating pump, general information, and the main components of the reciprocating pump. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that video as well after this video, right? And we have also uploaded so many videos about the centrifugal pump, and it's like some journal videos about the centrifugal pump, like cavitation, vapor pressure, right? How to change over the centrifugal pump, how to increase the efficiency of the centrifugal pump, that we have also uploaded. Please watch that videos in our playlist. Okay, so now if we discuss about the gear pump, how the gear pump works, so you will see that here this is the external gear pump. Okay, this is the external gear pump. What is the meaning of external? We will also discuss that in the types of the gear pump slide. Okay, right now just see that what is or how the gear pump work. A gear pump uses the massing of gears. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Massing of gears to pump the fluid by displacement. Okay, so in the gear pump you will see that, let's suppose here this is my one gear and this is my another gear, right? And this gear is connected with the shaft, right? This gear is connected with the shaft, let's suppose, and then it is connected to the motor or the prime mover, sometimes we say, right? And this gear, I am saying this gear to drive gear. This is my drive gear and this is my driven gear. What is it mean? It means that the prime mover is connected with the only this gear, right? And this gear will be rotated with the help of the drive gear. Okay, when it will rotate like in this direction, in anti-clockwise direction, then it will rotate in the clockwise direction. Are you getting my point? Right now, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of massing? Massing means this is the massing of the gears. Here you can see here. Are you getting my point? What I want to say? Okay, this one, right? Now how this works, this is very important for us, right? And please see some other information as well. This is the housing, this is the housing where the liquid will be trapped, right? Now see here, your liquid is pumped from here, your liquid is pumped from here and discharged from here, right? You can simply see here as well in the animation video, you can see about the gear pump, right? So what is happening that as we simply start our pump, right? So this drive gear will rotate anti-clockwise and this will rotate your clockwise, right? So what will happen that here in the housing of the gear pump, there are the gears. Okay, these are the gears. One is connected with the prime mover and another is driven by this gear, right? We have already discussed about it. Now when it will rotate, so what will happen that at this point the volume will increase. At this point your volume will increase, right? And simply you can see here what is happening that because of the just I want to change the color. what will happen here, because of the rotation, because of the motion, at the suction side, your velocity will increase, and we know that as the velocity increases, your pressure will reduce. Okay, so pressure will reduce. What is it means? It means that, let's suppose this is my atmospheric pressure, right, and the pipe is connected like that, and at that point your volume expands and the cavity created. What is the meaning of cavity? Means the delta P is created. What is delta P here? Let's suppose P1 minus P2, and the P1 is atmospheric pressure and P2 is the pressure at the suction side. I am saying here this is the suction side. So what will happen, that we know that every fluid will flow from the higher pressure to lower pressure. So your fluid will flow like that, and after that it will go like that. Some fluid will go like that and some fluid will go like that, because of the you can see the rotation of the gears, right? And it will not pass from here because the clearance between the gears, okay, is very less or negligible, you can say, or the less than 10 micron, you can say, right? Now what will happen, we have discussed about the suction side. Now what will happen at the discharge side? What will happen at the discharge side? So at the discharge side, what will happen, that simply if you see here, so because here both teeth are coming together, okay, so now what will happen here, your velocity will decrease and the pressure will increase. Your velocity will decrease and your pressure will increase. Simply you can say that here the volume will reduce, because simply you can see here what is happening, because the clearance is not there, so volume will reduce here and all the volumes will go here because of the less velocity, right? And it will go like that. This is how the gear pump work, and this is the most important thing. If just try to explain this logically, okay, there is nothing like, there is no rocket science behind it, because I have seen that the students and even engineers are very confused about the gear pump, that how it works, right? So what is the main thing is there? Only meshed and unmeshed of the gears. When the meshed of the gears and when the unmeshed of the gears, and what will happen there, okay, because this is the pump, so simply your mechanical energy will be converted into the hydraulic energy. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? Right. So now let's discuss about the types of the gear pump, right? So the first type is your external gear pump, okay, as the name suggested, that external gear pump designed for hydraulic power application, right? So what will happen here, this is the front view of your external gear pump. This is I hope you know about it, right? You have studied about you have studied the engineering drawing, front view of the gear pump, okay. So if you will see what happens, that let's suppose this is your drive gear, so this gear will be like this, connected with your prime mover, okay. So this will rotate and this will be rotated with the help of this, because this is the driven and this is the drive. So in the external gear pump, what happens, that the gear will be like that. In the housing of in the housing and casing, you can say, of the gear pump, the gears will be like that, okay, gear will be like that, and these are the external gear pump, okay. So these pumps are little bit like, you can say simply, these are the simple in design or simple in construction, we can say, right? And in the housing there will be one gear, okay, which will be connected to the shaft, and after that the prime mover, and another is driven by this simply you can say the gear. Are you getting my point? So these types of the pumps mainly you can see in your lube oil application, right? And if I discuss about the internal gear pump, okay, if I say about the internal gear pump, so this is the internal gear pump. Now I have seen that sometimes the students are confused about the internal gear pumps. Okay, again I am saying this is the front view. This is the front view of the gear pump. So you will see here the one gear is this one, and this gear is within this another gear. Okay, means your one gear is this one and the another gear is this one, but in this case both gears are like that. Okay, the 1 and 1, but in this case what is happening, that 1 and 1. Okay, means two gears but like that. But in this case, means in the external gear pump case, this will be like that. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? Right? So this is your internal gear pump. The application is same. Okay, both will work same as we have discussed that how the gear pumps works. Right? So your liquid will go like that, and as it will rotate, so what will happen, that simply your, like at the suction side, cavity will create, delta P will create. Okay, delta P will create, and your liquid will simply pumped from here, and it will go like that, as here the velocity decreases and area pressure increases. And in our pumps videos we discussed that as the area increases, your velocity decreases and the pressure increases, or simply you can say as the velocity increases, your pressure, as velocity decreases, pressure increases. That we discussed in our pumps videos. Okay, please watch that videos as well. Okay, because you will get to know something very useful about the gear pump, which I have learned in the industry. Okay, in the field knowledge. Okay, which I have gained from the good companies. Okay, so now if like let's discuss about this some general information about the gear pump. So as we have already discussed that there is the no gap between the mesh. Okay, between the gear. If there will be that gap, so leakage could be occur. So but these gaps are not there in the normal operation, right? And if I discuss about the discharge, okay, this is the discharge. So this is discharge, simply you can say, and the volumetric flow rate, simply you can say, this is mainly depends upon the your number of teeth of the gears, right? But if you have one time purchase, if let's suppose if you have purchased the gear pump, so what will happen, that it will be fixed, but the speed or the RPM is not fixed. Okay, that you can adjust. So it mainly depends on the RPM, means your discharge is depends upon the RPM, and it is mainly or most of the time it is used for the constant flow rate or precise flow rate, simply you can see, right? Now what is the application of the gear pump? So most of the time it is used in the lube oil application, right? Because of the constant flow rate you are giving in a like in bearing, you can say, in the turbine, you can say, because there is the what can happen there, the wear out can be happen there, right? And because of the like rotation, the heat generated there. So gear like lube oil is very necessary to provide there, and the gear pumps plays a very important role there. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? Now what are the other applications of the gear pump? So when the liquid is highly viscous, you can simply go with the gear pump, right? No priming is required there, because this is the positive displacement pump, so no priming is required. But in the case of the centrifugal pump, the priming is required. Okay, what is the priming? We have discussed that in our previous videos. Please watch that videos as well. This is very simple and cheaper, right? Why these are cheaper? Because there is only two gears, okay, and the housing. But if you will see the reciprocating pump and the centrifugal pump, these are the costlier, and most of the time gear pumps are tiny in sizes, small in sizes. Okay, you will not see gear pumps in too large pumps, okay, because the cost increases that time, right? And as compared to the external gear pump, the internal gear pump is expensive and complex as well, because you can see here the gears within the gears, right? And what are the disadvantages of the gear pump? So if we discuss about the disadvantages, So the first disadvantage of the gear pump is that wear and tear. Okay, so as I told you that the clearance here is very less, means less than the 10 microns, but after the some time or after the application of the operation, so what happens that the wear and tears comes here. Okay, that clearance increases and sometimes the liquid passes from here. Okay, so if this will happen, so what will happen that your velocity, your efficiency will decrease. Are you getting my point, what I want to say? As well as because this is the positive displacement pump and the gear pump, you can say, because we are using the gear here, sometimes, most of the time you will see that the noise problems are there, means it produces the noise. Okay, like as compared to the centrifugal pump, it also produces noise, but with comparison to the centrifugal pump, the gear pump produces the more noises. Okay, can you, if you have seen the gear pump, please let me in the comments box which produces the more noise, reciprocating pump or gear pump, right? So this was the video about the gear pump. If you have any doubt in this video, please let me in the comments box. I'll clear your doubt as soon as possible. Okay, because I read your all comments, and as per your comments feedback, it gives us the motivation, and after that we prepare for the topics, that which topic we have to cover for the next video. Okay, and in this video I forget one thing, that is the gear pump PNID symbol. So this is the gear pump PNID symbol which you will mainly see in your PNID. Okay, it could be different as well, but most of the time which I have seen, that is like that. Okay, so that's all for the today's video. Thanks for watching. Till then, keep learning.